So we were here last week. I posted, or 2 weeks ago, I posted about unusual tire wear. Wasn't sure if it was a bad tire, etc. So looks like I found the problem. It's kind of strange how I came across it, but let me show you what I've diagnosed. The tread wear is uneven, but it's not as bad, right? And I brought the car literally this past weekend to check the alignment. The alignment was good. One thing I didn't appreciate about the tire shop is they didn't tell me what component was bad, but they knew, they told me that I needed some sort of suspension analysis, which honestly is just me paying for them to go through each suspension component and tell me what's wrong. So they wanted to charge $800 for that, and that's without replacing the parts. I feel like that was price, a little bit price outrageous. So as you can see, the wear here is pretty bad. I'm going to end up replacing these two front tires. Luckily, the back alignment was fine. There's no components bad back there. So I'm going to swap them for now and try to get a tire maybe today or tomorrow. It is New Year's. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope your year's starting off good. From here in, what's happening is going down the road as it is even. So it's not chopping. So it being even tells me it's not a spring-loaded component, so that eliminates the shocks and the strut bar because the strut bars are spring-loaded on this car as well. So the only thing left is the control arm. And when I turn the car, it actually drags and it hops. So dragging and hopping is because the ball joint and end of that control arm is loose and it's wiggling around. Once I pull the old control arm off of both sides, I'll show you guys what I mean by that. But this side is honestly not nearly as bad as the other side. The other side is actually terrible. This is the control arm. This side right here is the bushing side. So it's got a 14 through. So one through bolt there and then one there. These do require a good amount of torque. You definitely want to pull your wheel off. You don't really have to do the rest of the suspension. You can leave it intact unless you are updating something there. So, this stuff is all brand new there. We did that about 6 months ago, back in the summer, and, it's holding up fine. So, this component is one of the older components on the car, and you can tell by the rust too. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull this stuff off. All right. So, folks, that's out there. Now, these bolts, you probably do want to replace them when you replace the control arms, but just in case they don't come with replacements, always hold on to them. And you can look at them and tell if the part is wearing unevenly. On this car, it's fairly simple. I just pull down, and it usually comes out. Of course, today, because we're on video, I won't want to do that. All right, that is down. So as you can see, folks, I can move this ball joint in my hand. That is not what you want. Anytime you're able to move that ball joint, even if it's just a little bit by hand, you got a blown ball joint. Right, so finally got the control arm off. Thing to note for taking this back bolt off here, there is basically a castle nut on this side that you have to hold as you take that 19 out on the bottom side here. Once again, it's kind of stiff now, like I can't move it, but yeah, see, I shouldn't be able to do that at all. All right, folks, so here's the new one. Pretty much just going to repeat the steps there and save myself some camera time and kind of get this done. But Here, this one I can't move it at all. Like, I'm literally trying to adjust it. Now, you can take a dead blow hammer and tap it lightly. If you need to adjust it, go back in your car to match the current alignment. But this should not move at all by hand. You can see the difference in boots. This one's stressed. This one's nice and new. Same thing with this one. No stretch marks. Nice and sealed. This one looks like it busted a while ago. Ball joints bad. It's got rust, corrosion throughout the entire arm. This one's nice and finished, smooth, no rust. You want to make sure there's no oil on the part. Oil can indicate that one of the seals did break, and it is just chassis grease, but the main thing is that you don't want it to have a broken boot going on, because then it's just going to go bad quickly. And they come with the new ball joint into steering knuckle bolt and nut, so that's good. You can scrap the old ones, keep your 2 other bolts that go in through the front, and then the one that goes to the back with that castle nut. If yours is really rusty, I might suggest replacing it, but you can also use anti-seize or Loctite when you apply it, so that it doesn't, loosen, or the threads don't degrade if you have to take it out again. But thanks, folks. I hope this video helps diagnose some of your steering problems with the Kia Soul. Once again, every 50,000 miles is typical. The car's at about 180,000 miles now, so these are my second set of control arms that I put on, so really haven't been going through that many, but it was time, and it cost me 2 tires. So, but all right, folks,